Hello, this is a Bechstein Studio 115 made in 1991, just come into stock, so I'm doing this video to see what sort of work might need to do to refine it and just to appreciate the piano. The casework is practically perfect with no visible scratching at all. It's got the very best Renner action and it's really in top condition. I'm really pleased to get this piano in. In our opinion, it's one of the very best modern pianos ever made. Now, it has been owned by a serious pianist, and you can see that he has been using the piano and worn it in really, so it sounds probably better than new hammers need wearing in, and these hammers just sound so beautiful. Now, we haven't tuned the piano yet, and it's been moved down in a lift from a London flat, and you can hear just such a lush tone throughout really. So we haven't tuned the piano since it's arrived, but it's practically in tune, just needs refining. The regulation is excellent too. I'm just lifting the dampers off by pressing my foot on the right hand pedal. They're coming a little bit too far, I think. The springs wear more if they come further. Obviously that's a spring that's wearing as you pull it off and on. So perhaps just slightly less, but really not absolutely essential work. It's just something we normally would do. And you can see the dampers are lifting off almost exactly in unison with each other. There we are, those two, just beyond halfway, which is what we want. That's B and C. Let's try B and C an octave higher, and again the dampers are lifting off exactly in unison. So it's just such a refined piano. There's tremendous legroom on a lot of German pianos, and this is no exception. 66 centimeters from the floor if you're a tall person. 61 is, say, on the normal Yamaha. 66 is much more legroom. The pedals are 7 centimeters from the floor. We can actually reduce that slightly. We can put some felts underneath the top there, and that'll reduce it to 6.5. 7 is standard for a modern piano, but we can make them a bit less, and then the pedals a little bit more friendly to use as well then. One thing we love about Bechsteins is that nearly all Bechsteins, grand and upright, have Agraphs right up to the very top. These are individual Agraphs per note, which helps to make the piano more consistent. And they go right up to the top of the piano. If we compare that to this Yamaha U3, most pianos are like this. They have little pins here and the bass strings go past there. It helps if you've got Agraphs to get more consistency. Obviously a Yamaha U3 is a well-made piano, but this is a pressure bar, and so the notes are not so thought of individually so much as a gang of notes, as it were, together. Obviously Yamaha U3 is well made, but the really refined piano, if you've got Agraphs, it helps the refinement of the piano much more. See, this Yamaha U3's got a practice pedal. The practice pedal is useful, but not used that much normally. The Bechstein doesn't come with a middle practice pedal. It probably can be fitted. I'm pretty certain we can fit one on if you wanted it. It would be a lever that's operated from under the keyboard. That's very commonly done, but most people don't really use them. If you really need one, then please let us know if you're interested in the piano. While we have both pianos open, let's see the difference in tone. So the piano is generally in exceptional condition. There's just a few things that we want to do to refine it. We're going to replace the music desk felt, which is slightly worn, reduce the pedal height, and just fine tune and voice really. There's not much else to do. There's a lubrication of the balance rail. That will even up the weight slightly. If we look at the weight of the keys, as we always finish off with this, it's really important. The up weight 28 is fine. We've mentioned that it shouldn't be below 20. 28 is fine, between 20 and 35 is normal. 54 down weight, that's fine as well. And the touch feels just very delicious, so there's no problem with any of that. And here we got middle C, 26 up weight, so slightly less, and we don't want to bring If we brought that down 56 to say 52, that would go down to near 20, perhaps about 23. So I don't really consider that as necessary. The touch just feels excellent. So generally touch is tremendously good. So previously owned by a serious pianist, and but it has extremely even touch and tone. So really pleased with the piano. So that's a Bechstein Studio 115 upright piano made in 1991. And in our opinion, there's really no better upright piano made than this. There's taller ones, obviously, that you may feel are better, but very consistent piano, very consistent touch, very consistent tone. And as you can hear, it's almost in tune, and we haven't tuned it since we moved it. So grateful to get this piano into stock. If you're interested, please do write to robertspianos@gmail.com.